Did you know Africa is much bigger than it appears on maps? For centuries, the world map has been a tool of deception. They showed us a design called the Mercator projection, a map that stretches the lands in the north, like Europe and Russia, while squeezing down the lands around the equator. And because Africa sits right on the equator, our motherland has been deliberately minimized in the eyes of the world. Take Greenland, for example. On the map, it looks almost the same size as Africa, but in truth, Africa is 14 times larger than Greenland. That is not just a mistake, that is a distortion. Greenland is so small that the Democratic Republic of Congo alone is bigger than it. One single African country. Now look at Russia. On maps, it spreads across the page like a monster. Some were even taught that Africa could fit into Russia 3 times. That is a complete lie. The truth is the opposite. Africa is nearly twice the size of Russia. Africa has over 30 million square kilometers, while Russia is only 17 million. Yet the world still draws Russia as if it is the king of size. And what about the rest of the world? Let me shock you. The United States, China, India, Japan, and the whole of Europe combined cover about 33 million square kilometers. Africa alone is about 30 million square kilometers. Do you see what that means? The 5 most talked about powers of the world combined are almost the same size as Africa. They can all fit into Africa without struggle. That is the true measure of Africa's greatness. But here is another point the world will not tell you. They tried to separate the Middle East from Africa, drawing artificial lines, pushing Egypt, Sudan, and Arabia apart, as if they do not share one body. Why? To reduce the weight of Africa, to divide it, to make it easier to compare. Because if the Middle East had been rightly placed as part of Africa, then tell me, which continent would dare stand beside Africa? Who is that continent to compare to Africa? Talk less of a single country? None. This is the hidden truth. Africa is the largest treasure of land on earth, larger than the lies of their maps, larger than the limits they try to put on us. Africa is not just big, it is colossal. And this is why they fear Africa. This is why they minimized it on their maps. Because once Africans rise and understand the true size and strength of their land, the world will no longer be able to control the narrative. Africa is the beginning, Africa is the center, and Africa is the future. But listen carefully. Africa is not only vast in land, it is vast in people. Over 1.4 billion strong, the youngest population on earth, filled with energy and vision. Africa is vast in resources, holding the minerals, the oil, the gas, the diamonds, the gold, the water, the soil that feeds the entire world. If Africa truly unites, the question will not be whether the world fits into Africa. The question will be whether the world can even survive without Africa. So the next time you see a map that makes Africa look small, remember, that map is a lie. The truth is that Africa is unmatched, unstoppable, and undeniable. The mother of humanity, the largest stage of land, and the future of global power. Africa is not just a continent. Africa is the continent.